I am a feminist.
Alright, looks like we're diving right into this one. Come on then, sweetheart, why are you a feminist?
Because in a world where it is stated that men are the strongest and most qualified gender,
Where? Where exactly is that stated? Now, while I'm not linking to your channel because of YouTube's incredibly oversensitive terms of service, I did some checking and you live in Portugal. Guess what, sweetheart? Portugal is in the EU, and the EU has laws about gender equality. So, where again is it stated that men are the most qualified gender?
I believe in each and every single one of women capacities that are not allowed to be shown.
Kind of had a hard time understanding what you were saying there, but I think it was along the lines of you think society thinks men are more qualified than women, even though women have the capacity but aren't allowed to show it. If that is the case, then what the hell is stopping you? The only reason a man might be more qualified than a woman is we're less likely to take gender studies courses at university.
I am a feminist because body hair is a reality and periods are not as disgusting as men make them be.
Body hair is a reality, but so is personal grooming. I mean, you're more than welcome to go around looking like a cave woman, but given it looks like you pluck your eyebrows and you're wearing makeup, I'm going to assume you're a hypocrite on this point. And periods are kind of gross, and they ruin bedsheets. You find yourself subtly throwing them away in case you get caught up in a murder investigation and the police find how to wash blood out of sheets in your internet history.
I am a feminist, and all right, I know I've said it enough by now, but the world still doesn't seem to understand it.
Oh, we understand it just fine, madam. It seems to me that it's the feminists in general that lack the basic understanding that the ideological position they've chosen to align themselves with has become so twisted, so warped, it is completely unrecognisable from what it originally stood for.
Because rape is a statement,
Actually, rape is a noun, but I'll let you off because you're foreign.
and girls are still being called whores, seen as jokes by boys in their schools, and raised by the label of fragile inside their heads.
Well, maybe you should stop being so fragile and grow a thicker skin. So being called a whore by some asshole won't plunge you into a deep well of despair. They're words. Grow up.
I am a feminist.
Yes, you've mentioned.
A girl in a world where my brother will always be paid double by working half of what I've worked.
Yeah, that's a pointless statement without knowing what jobs you both do. For all we know, you're on a minimum wage supermarket job and your brother is a doctor. But again, you live in the EU. The EU has equal pay laws. The fact you didn't know this, yet you continue to go onto the internet and complain about it, it just baffles me. Please tell me in the comments if anybody is perplexed by this as I am. There just seems to be no limit on the depth of human ignorance.
I am a feminist, and that doesn't mean I want to be superior for being a female, but equality is the only thing I've been asking for.
Well, you've got a point there. I want equality too. I want less men to be homeless. I want to lower the male suicide rate. I want less men to die in the workplace. I want more women working manual labour jobs, construction, sanitation, logistics. I want equality more than feminists do, ironically.
Because my father raised me to be a strong and independent woman in a world where not everyone sees me as he did.
He might have raised you to be strong and independent, but he could have done a better job on those critical thinking skills. You said yourself, women have the capacity, you're just not demonstrating the ability. And no one else will see you as your father did. He's your father. If you want to spend your entire life being treated like daddy's little girl by everybody, you're in for one disappointing lifetime.
I am a feminist because I can't keep my mouth shut knowing that women are still seen as slaves in many countries around the world, and no one seems to fight for it.
Well, you see, now we've hit upon one of the biggest problems with the regressive left. I agree with you, there are countries where women are subjugated and do need help. But will feminists or SJWs criticise Islam for it? Will they fuck? It's one of the biggest examples of hypocrisy around today because none of the regressive retards want to be considered racist for criticising a different culture.
I am a feminist because one day my little sister will be a woman.
Dazzling insight there. Thanks. We really needed you to point that one out for us.
Grown by the insecurities of speaking out louder ideas and feelings because she knows no one will listen to her.
Maybe because her feelings don't matter. Feminists perpetually bang on about how society sees them as fragile, delicate little snowflakes and how they hate it, but then go on to say how much words can hurt their feelings and they need safe spaces. Good God, this nonsense is going to give me a tumour. Believe it or not, this was an attempt at slam poetry. Yeah, I know. Well, congratulations if you've stuck with me this long. I think all this stupidity is making my ears bleed. So, lovely viewers, what shining examples of feminist hypocrisy can you point out? I'll put the answers that make me laugh the most at the end of my next video, and as always, thank you for your time.